What I'm about to share with you has the potential to change the way you play, the on-field results you get, and the way you see yourself as a cricketer. Now, the greats of the game have often been quoted as saying that cricket is 90% in the mind. But what does that mean? What it means is that what you achieve on the cricket field and in life basically comes down to what you believe about yourself. Now, how do we form beliefs? Well, we form beliefs in two main ways. Firstly is by who says. So these are people of perceived authority. So it might be parents, teachers, friends, colleagues, even opposition players. What they say to us can have an effect on our belief system. The second way we form beliefs is through our own experiences and also our on-field performances. Now, they could be good performances, good experiences, bad performances, bad experiences. Either way, it still makes an imprint on our belief system. The challenge that people have is that they're completely unaware of these beliefs, because these beliefs are often formed from a young age, but as we grow, those beliefs don't grow with us and hold us back from using our full potential. And I know this firsthand, because as a young cricketer, I had this belief about myself as an incredible fieldsman and a guy who could bat a bit. And those beliefs were instilled in me from parents, coaches, on-field performances, opposition players. I'd go out in the field, I'd take an incredible catch or create an incredible run out. I'd often hear opposition players saying, "Watch that guy, he's got a good arm." But when I went out to bat, I'd probably make 15, 20 runs, 25 runs, and then get myself out. Because my belief was, well, I'm an incredible fieldsman, so I've done that, and I can bat a bit. Well, 20, 25 runs, yeah, I've done my job. And that's the belief that I had. I mean, we were trying out for a schoolboys team. We were in Ballarat in Victoria, in Australia, and we fielded first. I took, I think, an incredible catch, a run out, direct hit, things like that. And at the end of the innings, my team manager and coach came up to me and said, "Damien, you've just fielded your way into the team. We're just going to drop you down the batting list and we just want to have a look at some other players, but well done." Boom. What do you think that did to my belief system about my ability? Yeah, exactly. Just reinstalled and confirmed the belief that I had about myself. Incredible fieldsman and a guy who could bat a bit. But here's the great news. Beliefs can change. So, how do we change these beliefs? Well, the best way I know of how to change beliefs is through writing affirmations. Now, affirmations are simple statements of an outcome that you want that hasn't actually happened yet. I'll say that again. Affirmations are simple statements of an outcome that you want, but it hasn't actually happened yet. So, the first ever affirmation I wrote said, "Scoring 50 runs makes me feel important to the team and strives me on to be consistent." Now, we were starting a new season and our opening batsman had left, and I walked up to my captain and said, "Look, I'd like to open the batting this season." And I could just see him going, "Damon's a great fieldsman. He's not an opening batsman. He can bat a bit, but he's not an opening batsman." Nevertheless, they gave me an opportunity. So, it was about 6 weeks of pre-season from memory, and I had this one affirmation. So I would read this affirmation every morning and every night, and every opportunity I had in between. Majority of the time, that was just before training as well. So, when I read the affirmation, I'd be actually picturing myself scoring runs, whether it's a cut shot, whether it's a drive, or whether it's a pull shot. I'd actually picture myself making those shots. Not as if I'm watching a TV, it's actually through my own eyes. I'd see my hands, I'd smell the grass, I'd see the ball going to the boundary, I'd see the bowler coming in, I'd see all of those things. And the emotion that came with that was quite incredible as well. So when I get to training, I could feel my confidence grow. Our opening bowler even said to me, "Gee, Damien, you're batting really well, looking really good." How'd that make me feel? Pretty good. So, first game of the season was coming up and we batted first and I went out and scored 58 runs. I was pretty stoked. A couple of games later, made another 50 And I thought to myself, okay, let's test this stuff. Let's see if this really, it's working at the moment. Let's push it. So I rewrote my affirmation and it read, scoring 100 runs makes me feel important to the team and strives me on to be consistent. And I'll never forget it. It was a Thursday night before the match. I was sitting on the pool table. Simon was next to me. I said, Simon, if we bat this Saturday, I'm going to make 100. He just laughed. Anyway, Saturday came along. We opened the batting and I went on to score 100 runs. I went out 4 balls later, but that's another story, okay? My goal was 100 and that's exactly what I did. So I thought to myself, this is incredible. This actually really works, changing my belief system. So I rewrote my affirmation and it said, once I score 100, I always go on and make more runs. So I think it was around the last game of the year and I put this to the test and I went out and scored 123 runs. What I'd like you to do now for a moment, I want you to close your eyes. I want you to picture yourself through your own eyes walking out to bat. You've gone through the gate, you're now onto the field, you're walking out onto the field. You get to the wicket, you take mark, and then you look up and see the bowler coming in. And then, ball's released, and then you've played this beautiful cover drive out to the boundary for 4 runs. I want you to really vividly picture that. So do that again. You're walking out to the ground, up to the wicket, taking mark, bowler's coming in, beautiful cover drive out to the boundary for 4 runs. How does that make you feel? You see, many players hope to score runs, but the great players set goals and take action. Hope is passive. Setting goals, taking action. That's how it happens. Now, think about this season. If you're averaging 20 runs, do you think you could average 30, 35 and set that as a goal? If you're a middle order batsman, do you think you could actually finish off more games for the team? And if you're a bowler, do you think you can improve your economy rate? So there is a success equation. So it's a maths equation. So it's a maths equation, it must be true. Now, here it is. If A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3, and so forth, right up to Z equals 26. Do you think to be a successful cricketer, you need luck? Sure do. Luck comes into it, but luck is only 47% of being a successful cricketer. Okay, well, what's the next one? Practice. Got to practice. So let's have a look at practice. Practice is 75%. Well, what about passion? Everyone talks about got to have passion. If you've got passion, yep, you're going to be successful. Oh, I agree. Passion's great. But passion is 93%. Okay. Well, you've got to have hard work. Surely hard work. Let's have a look at hard work. 98%. Wow. Not 100%. The one thing you need above all everything else to be a successful cricketer and also successful in life is to have attitude. 100%. Here's the beauty of attitude. It's yours to select. You choose the attitude that you want. Your talent is a gift and your skills are earned. However, your attitude is 100% under your control. So if you have that control, why not choose a good, positive attitude? And here's the thing. Attitude is driven by the beliefs you have about yourself. So beliefs fuel the attitude that you have, which leads to transformation. And in that model for cricket, I call it the BAT model. With the B stands for beliefs about yourself, the confidence you have as a cricketer, which then leads to attitude. Now that attitude not only is what you take to a match, but also what you take to training and parts of your life as well. Attitude plays a massive, massive difference in your success in cricket and in life. Once those are combined, beliefs, attitude leads to transformation as a person, out on the field, and even your career. So the BAT model is something that's easy to remember for beliefs, attitude, and transformation. Here's my challenge to you. I want you to write down just one affirmation. Now that affirmation can be about your batting, your bowling, or even your fielding. I want you to visualize that for 2 minutes each day for the next 7 days. Now, will most of you do that? Probably not. But for the ones that do, I promise you that you will see a marked difference in your performance. And for the ones that really want to take action, head over to my website at thecenturyclub.com.au, and there you'll find mini courses which highlight different aspects of cricket and how the mind works. There is one course there that's always free. It's called the Triple Mind Mastery. It talks about the conscious mind, subconscious mind, and creative subconscious mind and the effect they have on us as cricketers. In the meantime, I wish you all the very best for the upcoming season and hope to hear of some great results. Bye for now.